All right, welcome to this explainer. Today we're going on a seriously mind-bending journey to systematically dismantle what we like to call our common sense understanding of reality. We're going to step outside our everyday human perspective for a bit and look at the cosmos through the brilliant insights of NASA astronomer Michelle Thaller. So go ahead and grab a seat, get comfortable, because by the end of this, the world around you is going to look profoundly different. I want you to start by just asking yourself a really fundamental question. Think about your everyday waking life for a second. You know, the steady, predictable ticking of time on your watch, the actual physical distance between you and the screen you're looking at right now, or even the solid matter of the chair you're sitting in. Well, what if I told you that literally all of it, the time, the distance, the solid objects, what if it's all simply a trick? Just a massive, persistent illusion created by our highly limited, earthbound biology. Okay, to really wrap our heads around this, we gotta start with a pretty humbling premise from Michelle Thaller. Imagine a grasshopper, right? It's an absolute marvel of evolution. It has a brain, it has a nervous system, but you could never, ever teach a grasshopper to compose a symphony or, understand quantum mechanics. Its biology just simply isn't built for it. And Thaler challenges us to accept that our human brains might literally be in the exact same boat when it comes to understanding the true underlying cosmos. The universe wasn't built for us. It wasn't designed to be comprehensible to the human mind. We only get to perceive the tiny little slice of reality that our biology actually allows us to see. And honestly, nothing perfectly illustrates our biological limits quite like this. We walk around thinking we see the world exactly as it is, but what the human eye sees, what we call visible light, is just a tiny sliver of the actual picture. The universe is absolutely flooded with colors and energies that our bodies just weren't built to perceive at all. Gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet, radio waves, they're literally washing over you right now, and you're completely blind to them. Our senses aren't giving us the full story here. They're heavily, heavily filtering reality and capturing only a fraction of what actually exists. So if our biological filter is that strong, it completely warps our understanding of basic concepts, like distance. Enter quantum entanglement. Now, this is a mind-bending, scientifically proven idea that physical distance might not even fundamentally exist. If you take two entangled electrons, they become part of the exact same quantum system. You could separate them by a few feet, or honestly, hundreds of miles. But if you flip the spin of one electron, the other one flips instantaneously. And I don't mean at the speed of light, I mean instantly. Why? Because there's no signal traveling between them. Under the rules of quantum mechanics, they are the exact same object. So what we perceive as physical space between them, that might just be an illusion of our entangled perspective.
Okay, now let's break another one of our absolute deepest everyday assumptions. The idea that time always ticks forward. We all feel time passing, right? But physics tells us time is relative. As you move faster, getting closer to the speed of light, time actually slows down for you compared to an outside observer. And if you reach the speed of light itself, time completely stops. It just ceases to exist as a flowing current.
Let's break down exactly what that means for, say, the universe according to a photon. Think about the light currently shining through your window from the sun. A photon of light is pure energy. It must always travel at the speed of light. It literally cannot go any slower. Because it travels at this ultimate universal speed limit, it doesn't experience the passage of time, and it doesn't experience space as a physical distance. From the perspective of that photon hitting your face right now, all points in space and all points in time are exactly one. To that light, the universe hasn't even expanded since the Big Bang. I mean, that completely shatters the very concepts of space and time that our human bodies naturally perceive. All right, so if time and space are a bit shaky, what about solid matter? Let's transition over to the illusion of solid objects. We all know Einstein's famous equation, E equals mc squared, but think about what it's actually telling us. Energy and mass are exactly the same thing. The universe just converts them back and forth without batting an eye. So solid mass is really just coagulated, stored energy. Actually, put it this way. The immense nuclear energy stored in just the mass of your little finger is equivalent to multiple nuclear explosions. You aren't really solid matter at all. You're basically an incredibly dense storage drive of pure vibrating energy. And to highlight just how extreme this mass-energy relationship gets out in the cosmos, we really need to look at neutron stars. When a massive star dies, it can collapse into this monstrous ball of neutrons. Imagine an object with the mass of a giant star, crushed all the way down into a sphere just 10 miles across. Because of this massive collapse, it acts exactly like an ice skater pulling her arms in to spin faster. The result? You get a star with the mass of our sun spinning up to a staggering, almost incomprehensible 500 times a second.
And this right here brilliantly illustrates the terrifying extremes of physics. A neutron star spinning that fast creates a magnetic field trillions of times stronger than a fridge magnet. The magnetic energy around this star is so intense, so overwhelmingly powerful, that under E equals mc squared, that raw energy literally spawns physical matter right out of the vacuum. The sheer energy forces empty space to become solid. So the perfectly empty vacuum of space right around a neutron star is essentially 3 times denser than pure iron. Space itself takes on mass. Our common sense just completely breaks down here.
Okay, so if three-dimensional space can act like solid iron, well, maybe three-dimensional space itself isn't what we think it is. I'm going to walk you through a massive theoretical leap that modern physics is grappling with right now. It starts with black holes. When particles fall into a three-dimensional black hole, their quantum information seems to vanish, which completely violates the laws of physics. But decades ago, physicists realized something wild. The math finally works flawlessly if you calculate the black hole not as a 3D sphere, but as a two-dimensional surface holding information. This solved the black hole problem, but it left physicists staring at a terrifying question. If a 3D black hole is mathematically a 2D surface, is our entire 3D universe actually just a 2D surface of information? Now hold on, the crucial takeaway here isn't that we live in the Matrix. There's no evil genius projecting the simulation for us to live in. Instead, the holographic principle suggests that our three-dimensional space and our flowing river of time might just be emergent properties. Think of looking at a flat 2D hologram in a museum. As you walk past it, the image inside appears to move in 3D, right? But the movement isn't real. It's just an illusion of your changing perspective. Similarly, our human brains might just mistakenly perceive an underlying flat universe, one that exists all at once, as a 3D world with a past, a present, and a future.
Let's bring this all back down to our human scale, right here on Earth, because honestly, this idea isn't entirely new. Centuries ago, Galileo pointed his newly invented telescope at the night sky, and he saw stars that were completely invisible to the naked eye. He proved right then and there that the cosmos contains absolute wonders completely hidden from our natural biology. I mean, if the universe was perfectly designed just for humans, why on earth would there be entire galaxies of stars we were never equipped to see?
At the end of the day, we kind of just have to let go of our human ego. The universe wasn't built for us. It operates on rules, entanglement, relativity, holographic math, that our brains were simply not evolved to intuitively grasp. And honestly, why should the universe be any other way? We're a tiny part of an infinite, bizarre, and awe-inspiring system. Embracing this glorious incomprehensibility shouldn't make us feel small. It should make us realize how miraculous it is that we can figure out any of it at all. If our common sense is nothing but a biological illusion, what other impossible truths are hiding right in front of us, just waiting to be discovered?